This is Clix on the Barbie. Join us as we talk about Clix in Australia, current heroclix happenings, and a dash of meta. Welcome to Clix on the Barbie, episode 21. I'm Ben Jones, and with me I have Rafael Souza.
Yeah, just me today.
Yeah, just you, Raf, today, which I'm really looking forward to. And in this episode of Clix on the Barbie, we're going to just have a look at our good, bad, and ugly from our break time that we've had. Any Clix play that we've done. We'll look at some of the news with the online worlds, and we'll talk a bit about the Empyre set and have a couple questions from Malcolm Rush as well. So let's turn on the gas, light the Barbie, and let's talk some Clix. So Raf, it's been a few weeks since we've been able to record. How's life been for you in that time?
Yeah, it looks like we are all pretty busy, right?
Yeah,
And I think maybe like this end of year stuff and a lot of pressure on work, to have things done, and before the kind of like shutdown that we have in the end of the year. So I think it was a little bit busy. Now things are a little bit better. I am on leave until next year, so I just return. I'm on vacation, so just return next year. But it's pretty good. I had the chance to go to the swimming pool today for the first day in like 10 months, I think.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, it was like it was a hot day here in Sydney. And I think that's it. I'm not actually like I even stopped playing my regular games with Terry for a while. In the weekends, we usually play in the weekends. But I think like I'm not sure about you. But we kind of like get a little bit, how could I say that? It's like tired about the same stuff, I guess. I'm not sure if you had this experience because like you play with Alan, right? But
yes,
but you probably play different. You probably play different. Not always the same stuff, right? Because we were always playing the same stuff. So
yeah, I think Al and I've been playing together 10 years, I guess. And so I guess we've come to that sort of thing of we play, like, so we'll just sort of say, okay, we'll make a 600 point out of this set, or
okay.
we have a lot of it. So we always try to do something pretty.
You
modern.
play different formats, right? You don't always play the same stuff.
We go and we buy these sets, and I don't just want to play with the few 5 or 6 figures every time. I like to test out other things and have a go at something else, and invariably find some good fun in that.
Sometimes and I think it's my fault, to be honest, because like I am the one that kind of like to play more like meta competitive stuff, and Terry just like, because I think Terry would play anything, because I think you guys are playing something different on weekdays sometimes, right?
Yeah, we tried out some different things at times. Yeah, just trying out.
So it's like basically my fault that we basically just play the same stuff. But I think I got to a point where I was a little bit tired of the same. It's not all the same sets, because like we have like a bunch of stuff, but I think the state of the game. I think I got a little bit tired of the state of the game where you basically just cross the map and punch on turn 2, like this sort of stuff. Like you either barrier or cross the map and punch, and then the game is basically over in 2 turns or 3 turns,
Yeah, and I guess that's the state of things. But I know watching a bit that. Yeah, turn 2, turn 3, many of the big pieces are out, but there still seems to. What I've been watching is things still seem to play on. It's sort of how it ekes out. I guess the suggestion is to continue to have a look at all those different types of teams and just keep testing them all out.
Yes.
I saw some really cool robot teams using Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really interesting thing to mind control your own robots and get up and have shots over barriers.
Yeah.
And yeah, just the
Probably that's it. Like that's all I needed to kind of like give me that fresh air, to move ahead and see new teams, because there were not many games or competitive scene, even like online or recorded, so I wasn't able to kind of like see what was going on out there. So I was just basically like playing the same stuff, and I got a little bit like bored. But then with these worlds and like the Critical Clix Cup as well, I think they did a tournament, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
I did. Yep.
so
I guess we can talk about that. So yeah,
Yes,
over the weekend
right,
they had
yeah,
the
yeah.
Critical Clits tournament, which they had an in-person event, and then the top 4 that could participated in the online worlds, which was on the Sunday, and they
Right.
automatically made it through the top 16, I think, and so they were played out. Look, it was good to see. Teams were very similar, like they had similar things, but I thought there was enough diversity in there to sort of go, hey, this looks
Yes.
fun.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think I can kind of like test out and say, give like some fresh air, as I said, to start again, and maybe start incorporating the new set, right? So.
And that's right. We now have Empyre. So with Empyre brings some new and interesting pieces as well to that, I guess, that high level competitive stuff,
Yes.
especially for Latveria. And but we could talk about those Empyre pieces a bit later on.
Yeah, there's some cosmic stuff as well that I saw. Avengers, yeah, sounds like a good set. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on with me. And just to wrap up, I'm practicing with like a friend from Brazil. Like they will have like an open, I think, in a month. Like it might be like in January.
Yeah,
So
nice.
he asked me if I wanted to practice, and I said I think it's gonna be in person. So yeah, and so we are basically like practice. So what I'm doing is like I usually get the teams from, let's say, like the Critical Clix in the cup or the worlds, and we try to play against and I try to play against what he basically built, so just to see if like his team's good. So we are practicing against, like I try to change my team while he just fine-tuning his own team, like hope this
So
makes
he's
sense.
set with what because there's a difference, I think, as well for playing online, where I can just use anything that I want
Yes.
to actually use my own
Exactly.
own figures and going, oh no, I don't have a Sky Tyrant because I didn't pull one, and things like that. Going, no, I don't have this piece, and yeah. So if you're going to in person, unless you can borrow,
Yep.
yeah, you've got to build with what you got.
Yeah, so that's why I am kind of like, I say, okay, I'm gonna use anything I want, and you use your stuff, because like you just have the pieces that you have. So that's what we are doing, and yeah, it's kind of fun, because like even for me, I don't have practice with like those teams that the guy built, right? So I'm just like kind of like grab the list. And I'll say, let's play. And I try to kind of like understand what the guys were thinking when they built that team and this kind of stuff. So
yeah, and certainly when you play a team, more that you play it or more that you play figures, you seem to find other things that it can do. And so
yes.
So first time out playing, but you're playing, saying, how does his team hold up against this? How does his team hold up against that? Which is really good for him. That would be good practice.
Yeah, and like this is one of the things that I always kind of like discuss with Terry, and I discuss it with this guy as well. It's like the one of the problems I have, like of like practicing a lot with the same team, is that the other person might have the chance to like think overnight about like how to counter the team, for example, he said, "Oh yeah, let's play again," and then he adjusts his like gameplay, So that's one of the things like I kind of like, because if the other team like relies on surprise, or that surprise element. Okay, I'm gonna do this turn one, and then I'm gonna smash you, right? But then next time we play, you're probably gonna
They're prepared
parry
for it.
or like change or whatever. So
Yeah, so it gives a chance to prepare for the
yeah,
other person.
it's
And
gonna be
I
tricky, I think.
yeah, and I think at a high level, you're more likely knowing or understanding everything that something can do as well. So
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
but yeah, so that's cool. Good work.
yeah.
Good on you for practicing with him. For myself, I'm going to say, well, I'm on holidays as well, so I've got go back to work in January, late January, which is nice. I get off the holidays, and so I'm actually pretty happy because I've been able to just do nothing for a bit, which is always
Yeah.
nice.
Do all the stuff that you're supposed to do when you're working, right? So
And that's I'll have to start that tomorrow. But yeah, get the stuff done around the house and go
yes.
do all those other things that you can't do when you're at work. So
Yeah, but definitely you need some days just to do nothing, right? So
and I've had those already, so
yes,
we've got to have
right.
to go start do shopping and things like
Yep,
that soon.
yep,
But
yep.
that's the way it goes. So yeah, I can't say anything else, but other than pretty happy that I'm on holidays. I've been fortunate enough to have some games of heroclix as well over the weekend. My friend came over on Saturday night and we played some Empyre. Played with the sealed. I had a few boosters left over from what I pulled, so we just sort of used those. And yeah, I had 2 scroll boosters, or one that had super scroll in it, so I put those 2 together, and then the other one had the infamous Iron Man
Oh,
and
nice.
and Venom Rogue in them, and so I got the scrolls, he got those ones, and so yeah, we played off those. So at least we had using some fairly decent figures to play with, so that was cool. Again, it always comes down to rolls, doesn't it? I was rolling my dice were running hot, and his weren't. I couldn't kill the infamous Iron Man off, and he managed to get to his -5, which then he was able to go back to his top click and start again. So, but it was good fun. It was good to sort of see those sort of things in action, and actually, yeah, I've enjoyed the games I've been able to play with the Empire set so far. They're actually really good fun to play with.
Did you run? Did you roll a lot of super senses on your super scroll?
So
Or shape change or all that stuff,
yeah,
right?
so you get shape. Yeah, so luckily they brought shape change back for the scrolls in this set. So yeah, they what was it? It was actually the fact that I was able to get Hulkling in close, and he was able to start doing some penetrating damage on everyone because he's got Blaze exploit,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
that certainly worked out. And there was, I'm just trying to think. I had a spy.
Yeah, because having Pervious, like if he's doing like penetrating and go through your shape change, so that hurts.
And there was the one, I think Raxor, I think his name is. So he's a 70-point scroll. He's a leader, so he's got leadership. He's got charge flurry, and he's also got blades, which is just really nice. So he comes in, he can come in really heavily and start off with as well, and just starts charging flurry blades. So he, in that sealed environment, he doesn't have any defense, but in that sealed environment, he's got like 8 clicks with 70 points. He's actually So that was good fun. We also played a bit of the miniatures set. So we started playing that. It was good. Heroes were a bit. Probably heroes felt stronger than the villains did. We played a couple scenarios.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and
how is it like hard tiles or this maps?
No, they're
no,
and so that was probably one of the things that we're starting to find. So my friend who I've been sort of teaching for the last couple of years, we've actually really enjoyed playing these little box sets. When we found the last one, it sort of got to a bit of like just roll. Oh, I hit you finally, excellent. Now you're dead. And so it was wasn't as it lost some of the thrill of it because it was just like rolling dice rather than I'm going to move in here, attack. Oh no, I missed. Now I'm dead.
Mm.
Which can happen when you're sort of playing that 300-point game,
Mm-hmm.
which and so yeah, and we sort of played these two games like that was okay. Look, it was still good. It was good fun, and I find them really good to teach because they are very simple heroclix to
Mm-hmm.
play.
But how's the map?
The maps are good. Look, I
Was
don't
it
know
like
if I'm
paper?
no, so it's the tiles again. So
Okay.
you get the 6 cardboard tiles. They're pretty beefy,
And they
and
are like legal to competitive, right?
yeah, I'd hate to be taking those maps with me when I went
Oh,
because
serious?
they're just they're beefy tiles,
Okay.
and yeah,
What's the name of
yeah.
the map? Do you know?
So the map was
Let me see if HC maps already. No.
can't remember what the name of the map was.
No,
Oh,
it's not here
one
yet.
one one is the bridge. So one of the
No,
maps
probably
was
not here yet in the HC maps. No.
yeah. So one of them I know
Okay.
one of them was the bridge because that's one I played on last night. And so last night I just had another friend come over and he was playing a Justice
Mm-hmm.
League team and I was trying out a Dark Side team which was successful. And then we had a second game where he played Justice Lords and I played my Madrox and multiple men team.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a return match. And so first
Ah,
time
okay.
his Justice Lords team took down Madrox, but this time my Madrox managed to take down his Justice Lord. So we'll have to go for
Nice.
a decider at some stage. So yeah,
Okay.
one was called the bridge, and I can't remember what the other one was. It's like a laboratory. It's inside.
Okay.
And look, the maps are fine. It's just if I was to take them, I probably wouldn't take them to a tournament because I'd have to lug them with me.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I already sort of take. Well, I guess if I'm going to so at my shop, I usually take maps with me so that people have a choice of maps to play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have 6 of those neoprene maps.
Yeah, because I know
And
I think one of those tiles maps like they are actually good for competitive. I think that if I'm not wrong, they have the starting areas in the corners. One of them, I can't remember which one is, or it's like a very kind of like barrier or indoor or something like this. Like I think there is one of the maps. I think it's like Wonder Woman, if I'm not wrong, that is like tiles. Do you remember which set is tiles? Is it like battlegrounds?
looking at that, so
Mount
yeah,
Olympus, I think.
yeah. So you
Uh,
got the Mount Olympus. Yeah, so that's the one which has the starting in the corners, and you can just sort of like
yeah, but
drop
do you
straight.
remember like if this one
Yeah,
is like tiles?
uh,
I can't
mm,
remember. Like I think that
I think so
because
because yeah, it is because that's the battlegrounds one. The
yeah.
Wonder Woman 81, which has a junkyard and the barn,
Mm,
come with the jet.
okay.
Um, come with the
Yeah, because
come with
like
that
I
the piece.
and I think that like Mount Olympus that has potential for like competitive play. So
Yeah,
and if
crossing the
this
map.
is tiles, this it's like you have to carry with you. So
Yeah, yeah, and like yes, because yeah, that's certainly there. So, um, yeah, I think
no negative
um,
zone is paper because I think I have negative zone. So they're fantastic for future foundation thing. Yeah. So
yeah,
probably it's like Mount Olympus. Yeah, might be.
I think the Wonder Woman one was the first one that was made with the tiles.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Anyway, so if I remember correctly, because I'm pretty sure the Future Foundation ones was a paper map that was folding out because it's
Mm-hmm.
got yeah, because that came with the 4 maps, I think. If I remember correctly. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's still good. It's good fun, and it's always good to have maps.
Mm-hmm.
I've sort of put them away now, and I'm not sure if I'll bother to pull them back out again.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I play, it's like, go, cool, I need to pick a map, and I go, oh,
Uh-huh.
I'd have to remember what they are. Whereas I have all the other maps sort of out in a pile where
Yeah.
I can flick through them and say, oh yeah, that's what I want because it's got my
Yeah.
hindering on it that I need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that was, I guess that's some of my play that I've been having. Played my, we've played out our season 9 of our virtual league, which was
We
our
did.
Silver Age tent pole, and yeah, I had my game against Darren on Saturday, and he was a rocking a Juggernaut at 200 Blackheart
Yeah, I played
and
him as well. Yeah.
yeah, Blackheart and a Wendigo. So that was really cool fun. I enjoyed playing that. Managed
Yep.
to take his Juggernaut with Darkseid. He did come in for a big smash on Darkseid and hit him, and but I had someone to mastermind too, so I just masterminded it off, which was always nice. Hence why I like playing Darkseid. I just still can't get his Omega Beam to work effectively. Whenever I shoot it off, whenever I put it down first turn, I roll and get like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
It always moves so slowly for me. It's like,
Yeah, the bean,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. Well, and because the first couple games, I thought, cool, I'll move out first turn and second turn, drop it and send it off. But by that time, they were already up on top of me, and so I didn't get a
Have
chance
you
to actually.
tried him with what's the one I think I told you like a few weeks ago? Uh with the Starro.
No.
Because like he is 200 points, right? Starro is like 100 points. So you generate like a bunch of Starro fights and just keep Mastermind into the Starro
Yeah,
fights.
that works well. That works well.
Cool.
So yeah, so yeah, and that was great fun playing against Darren, and always enjoy the games that we have. So, but yeah, managed to take those 2 pieces, and yeah, so that was a really good game. And yeah, that's probably for me. How did you? Oh, I guess how did you play it off in the final? Didn't you against Terry?
Yeah, it was actually like it was supposed to be sort of final, right? But in the end, everything went so bad for me that I ended up in like 4th place or something like it was like first against second, right? So it was Terry, it was first. I was second because I was playing Goblin King and I was playing point denial games, right? So I was just making like 15 points and winning by 15, like 15-0 or because my team was Goblin King and Marvella. No, Marvella, no, it was like Mary Jane. So maximum people were taking off my team was like 15 points. And then I was winning. But in the end, what happened was, so the game was like 0-0. We were both, like, and I won map, and I went to Ancient Hold, right? And we were both really moving slowly, and the problem is that like my movement was the same as his Superman movement, so it was a 10 for Goblin King and 10 for Superman. So if I get close enough, he was going to hypersonic with Superman, and I was trying to get to him first. So I was picking like sidestep and moving slowly, and the barrier like was sidestep barrier, and there was moving and barriering, so when it was like 10 minutes to finish the game, I said, okay, that's like time for me to go and try to kill something and just survive after that, and then I win, right? So I went for his fulcrum
Yeah.
abominus, yeah. And then I needed was it like 6, I think, with
That'd be
no
great.
prob, and he had one team prob. I think I hit, he prob, and I missed it, and that's it. So then my Goblin King was just in the middle of like his entire team, and he had this like Fulcrum Abominus that could retaliate and make me not using my defensive powers. That's the problem. So he was
And
able to
it's
kill me on his turn. Like he definitely like he wiped like my Goblin King. So he killed me. He retaliate. He then come with Superman, came with like everything else, and finish it off like Goblin King in one turn.
he had a bit of Empyre in there as well, if I remember correctly. So with
Yeah.
Atom or a Micron or something.
Yes, yes, there was like this, and as this like in power and enhancement, I think. So he was just like shooting and punching me with like all this enhancement and in power, and doing like extra damage. That was actually able to kind of like finish off. And by losing that game, it means that I ended up with like 2-1, like bunch of us, and I had like only 15 points, like 40 points. So I ended up like going to fourth or fifth place,
Dropping
And,
right down. He had the wins, but didn't have the points. And
yeah.
finished them
So anyway,
on 2
it was
wins.
like a strategy I was kind of like trying. Definitely didn't work really well, and I didn't really like it. But it was kind of like fun to play something different. Never played Goblin King before, so yeah.
That's what I was going to say. How'd you find the Goblin King? And so I think you just answered that. Cool, excellent, and yeah, so it gives us that. I guess our league gives us that chance. I know we're looking at season 10 coming up for it over this Christmas break, and looking to do an Empire sealed.
Nice. Yep.
Which I had fun actually making up those tokens. So thanks for that.
Yes, right.
That was good fun. So do you want to talk about online worlds?
Yes.
Anything you want to say? Anything
No,
more
I
you want to
think
say?
it was kind of like just going quickly through this. I saw some interesting teams that I probably would never thought of. I think there was a lot of common figures that like I can at least let my feeling is that like a lot of people is playing like the same figures, like Molecule Man, Sheep, Felix Faust, like this Sky Tyrant and Jason Winegard, Blackheart, so basically all of this stuff. But there was variety of stuff, like not all the same teams, like there was kind of like a variety of stuff. So it was interesting. I have tried 2 of those teams and found they are pretty interesting. And the X-Men I played the other day, the team that won, it's just like that swap stuff is a little bit confusing, there's like there's like a bunch of stuff in the sideline. You have like these options, but you definitely need to know what you're doing. That's the basically the summary of that stuff. When you swapping stuff, you need to kind of like, okay, I'm playing against this, so I will swap this, right? Otherwise, you're gonna just do some wrong swap and you're gonna ruin everything. So that swap stuff is definitely not for me. But the team that was second, I liked it. I like this one. Isaac played that. It was Jason, Felix Faust, cheaped. Just move everything up and shoot. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
so,
and have plenty that you can do. Which is I actually saw a game. Saw him play his team. I think he played against Daniel Powell. In one I was watching of his feeds, of his uploads. So I was watching. I think it might have been on the Cash Bash thing that they have on Friday nights, as everyone was testing out teams. Yeah, it looked like a really interesting team.
Yep. So that's basically. I think the highlights for me is that there's like a bunch of different, like same stuff but different stuff. I think that's the summary.
You can look. So there's a probably I don't know what a pool of about 30, maybe 40 figures.
Yeah.
That are sort of in that. It'd be interesting to go through and see what everyone was sort of playing, but. I guess you get your monster teams, you get your mystical teams, you got robot teams.
Yes, there's right. There's the
X-Men teams, animal teams,
scientists.
Scientists.
No theme teams.
Yeah, and
with a
yeah, and
bunch
that
of
was
good stuff.
yep, just people just still playing just good stuff on a team, or
Yeah.
Spider-Man family. So there was a wide diversity of teams, even though it was sort of the same figures in lots of them. It was
Even
still good to see,
Q is still going on, you know.
and it makes sense. Like if no one's coming across the board to just do some ping damage to you and take Q out, still stays very valuable as a figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's again, it all depends on who you play and what you play. So no, I
Yeah.
thought it was really good to see that
Yeah.
range of teams, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I managed to watch some of the streaming that Daniel Powell from
Mm-hmm.
Clix
Mm-hmm.
did, and that was good to watch. I think I watched a game and a half, and that sort of ended up being like 4 o'clock in the morning. So then I went to bed. When I got up, they were still playing. So I was like, oh, I'm sort of glad that I did.
Yeah.
I've thought long and hard about. Can I do it? I was on holidays. I just didn't have a team organised. That I was confident that would be good, do well. But no, it was good to see it played. I know some people will sort of go, it's not worlds, but hey, look, it was great to see people organise something that people can get together and play. So
Yes.
I think that's always a happy situation when people are playing. Um, like, yep. You were happy? Anything there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
you said what you
no.
want.
I think we can move on. Yep.
I was going to say, I guess while we're talking about playing, it's good to see that in Sydney, that at Penrith at the Mega Games, that they're having games played there.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
So it's great to see that people are playing in Sydney. And yeah, I don't know. I believe it's just sort of pretty friendly stuff, which is always great to see. But I do enjoy seeing the photos and then seeing the figures that other people have got, which is always really cool.
You guys playing
Uh,
as well, right?
Yeah, so I think we've gone sort of a bit of a hiatus over this holiday break. So we
Okay.
played last in November. I think we had 6 people that day, which
So is
is
it probably just them and you guys playing
not
like in person,
sure.
or Bobby and the crew is
I think
playing
I've
over
heard.
there?
I think I've heard in Queensland they've had a couple get-togethers, but I'm
Okay.
not quite sure
Okay. Good. Yeah.
if they're still. Yeah, so I don't think there's very much happening in the shops, which is but we're trying. And as we have a new store manager, and she's really keen to get heroclix going. So over January, she's made some come and learn to play heroclix sessions and said, can you run those? So like, yeah, I can come in and we can do that, and I'll take some heroclix in, and
Oh,
they can just
nice.
take, I've got plenty of
Yeah.
commons and
Yeah.
uncommons that
Yeah.
I just need to get rid of. They can take them, and
Mm-hmm.
if you want to
Yeah.
come and play, that's fine. I think probably the hardest thing is you go, cool, yeah, you can have some figures, then they go home, go, this is awesome, I'm going to play with, I need a map. um,
Yes.
it's always the hard thing. I've got to try to work out
Yeah.
a way to get maps for people for free. I
Yeah.
might talk to my shop about that. Work out something somehow. But yeah, because I reckon that becomes the killer. Is that people go home? Yeah, I've got
That's
these.
true.
Learning how to play it, and I haven't got a map. I've got these figures for free, and they can go buy, the starter off the shelf. So the Empyre one's retailing at 100 in our shop. And they go, oh, okay.
So you need
Maybe I
those
won't.
like my event, there are event kits like OP kits that comes
Yeah,
with like 3 maps. So
yeah, and that's I suggest, like, even if we could get some maps, I don't know what sales is like, but if you get maps and sell them for like $5 maybe, some of those paper maps, people might go, oh yeah, you can buy it here. You got a whole lot of figures, $5 to get your map, and then you can go home and play.
yes, right.
Because you can always pull out your iPad and look up what the rules are and things like that. So you don't need a rule book, because
Yeah.
that's all there always. So we got a couple of those events planned over January, and hopefully that can rustle up some new players, and then we'll get started again. And by end of January, we'll probably start up some events again. We just play 300, because we're just sort of playing 300 at the moment, as that's what's pretty common. Like, we don't play super high competitive, but we just have a bit of fun, and yeah, as we're trying to teach people to play. So that's why I guess I enjoy the online stuff, because we get to play a little bit.
Yeah.
it's like we play a little bit stronger teams, and
Yeah.
playing against people who are still learning. So when you play against people who are learning, um, they will maybe
Yeah,
miss
you will not
something.
destroy them, right? So
Yeah, well, I don't, and I'm not a big believer in, hey, you're new to the game, so let me just crush you, because then I go, oh well, I just won't come back and play again. So
yeah.
I try to always help people to have as much success as possible.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, so that's what I'm looking forward to, running those events, and yeah, hopefully we get some new people coming in.
Nice.
And so I guess that's our news for today. Radio Empire. You
Yes.
ha-
We have
um,
Empyre here, right?
we have been very fortunate that we got that early. Well, that it got into Australia. And I guess our shops weren't sort of understanding or following the release date thing, so managed to get our hands on it ourselves to play. Now you have some as well. Did you get
Yes,
a
I
case?
got it's yeah, for some reason when you buy online, there was no option to buy like a case. So I bought
Yeah.
like two bricks, but I thought like when you buy two bricks, it's kind of like obvious that you're buying a case. So they usually send you like a sealed pack. But
Yep.
in this one, just arrived to me like two bricks.
Okay.
So I was kind of like worried. Said, "Oh my god, now I either have like zero chases or one chase or two chases. But then like later I was told that there is like a chase at each brick. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Well, that's
Okay.
what I've found. I've seen. What have I seen? I've seen 3 cases and a brick open, and everyone's had a chase.
Okay, so yeah, so probably that might have been the reason why. And then I in the end, like I got like one prime. So it was basically
So
like a
yeah, but
case. It was
that
basically
was
like a
yeah, it
case,
was,
yeah.
and it'd be pretty silly, but they probably just like open up the. They probably opened the case, pulled the 2 bricks out, and then packed them and sent them to you.
Yeah, probably, yeah, yeah.
May have happened like that.
I prefer to think like this because otherwise the odds would be like I could finish up without like a prime or something like this. But I think it ended up well, and my pulls were like the what's his face? What's the name of the chase? I have a
Wolverine, no,
look. No, it was the
not
Sentry.
Sentry. Okay, yep, Sentry,
Sentry and
nice.
Hulk. Yeah.
Sentry and Hulk, they
I think
both
like
look really
Hulk is
nice.
the one. Yeah, and, like I mean, price wise, is that like Hulk's not the most expensive one, but Sentry is kind of like okay. I think it's like gonna be at least like for now in the hundreds. Like, but
Yeah,
Hulk, I think it's starting at 50. I don't know unless like someone come and make it meta.
yeah.
He might
He,
not be the most expensive one.
he's very nice looking though.
Yes, that's
I
cool. Yeah, he's a cool figure. Yeah, definitely. So I'm basically like for the moment, the only thing I would want for the set would be like let's say Venom Mags and the ping guy like the other Prime. What's the name of the other Prime?
Ultron Pym.
Ultron team. Yeah. So I think like those two are the ones that actually I will kind of like ended up getting because seems that they will somehow will be kind of like good or meta or really playable. Because of the rest, I think I'm kind of like okay with my pools, I would say. How
Yeah,
about you? Are you happy with your pools?
yeah. When I got my case, I was super excited and started ripping into them straight away.
Yep.
And so in my case, I got a Deadpool chase and I got a Hulk chase. So I was like, okay, well, it wasn't what I was hoping for, but they're still pretty cool. I do like the Hulk. I just in general like that Hulk.
So which
I've
one
got
did
that.
you want?
I was certainly looking for Venom Magneto. I sort of had
Okay.
him on my radar as like
Yep.
that'd be really cool to get because he'll
Mm-hmm.
be very very useful on teams I like to play
Yep.
because
Mm-hmm. Yep.
um
He's good. Yeah. Definitely.
excuse me, and yeah, and also the Thor. The Thor
Oh, okay.
looks beautiful
Okay.
in the pictures, so that'd be really good to get. And I managed to pull the Wolverine super rare, so I was happy with that. A shield Wolverine always. Yeah, I was looking forward to getting that. And then I guess I got another case, and because I couldn't help
Oh,
myself.
okay. So what
And
happened?
in that case, it was, which I've been hearing around a bit. So in my first case, I got Hulkling and
Mhm.
Super Skrull and Captain Marvel. I got the infamous Iron Man, Venom, Rogue, and
Mhm.
Wolverine. And in my second case, I got all those same super rares, except I didn't get Wolverine. I got
Oh.
and so and instead of Wolverine, I got Ultron Pym.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay,
so
that's
yeah,
good.
so
Yeah,
there's like
that's good.
I got all these swaps and but I did get Ultron Pym, which was really nice. And for my chases, I got a Deadpool again.
Oh
So
my God. Okay.
yeah, I wasn't
How is
super happy
that
about that.
possible? Jesus Christ.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk about that in a sec. But I did also get a Venom Magneto in that second case.
Oh, okay.
So like there was sort of almost like, okay, I got two. I think there was a black. I needed a couple rares or something like that. So I managed to sort of finish off all that, and got some really good, like the Ultron Pym and the Venom Magneto are both really good pieces, which
Nice.
I was looking for,
Yep.
but I have. Yes, at least I've got some trades, I guess, which I'll sort
Yeah.
of look to. But
That's
it
true.
sounds like it feels like, okay. So I don't know how this works, but it feels like they must have. I don't know. It feels like when they pack, they put these ones here. This is like that. This is that case, and this is that case, and this is that case. But they sort of picked up the wrong pile, and they send us all the same cases or very similar cases.
Hmm.
Because I know that Anthony's a couple Deadpool chases um, and Alan got a brick.
And
Got
you
a
guys got
case.
from the same source, right? Icon.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah, okay, yeah,
so it
that's
feels
the
like
thing. So yeah, that's weird. So
and so like there's almost a part of going, well, I'll have to get one here and then maybe source one from overseas because this is all the
hmm
ones that come to Australia all seem very
yes.
similar. But and I've had that I guess the last couple cases, and last one I brought, which was the RAF set. I got one from
Mm-hmm.
my store and one from online in Australia, and they were identical cases.
Mm.
So it's just yeah, it's the way I've sort of been hitting it. So I think I just came to a realization I just need to buy one case
Yeah.
and leave it at that,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So
Or start considering going full set.
yeah, there is that too. But look, the buying a case, I get to open some packs, which I always
Yeah. Right. I
that's
know.
the addict in me needing to open something new, and I do enjoy it because then we just friend comes over. I'm quite happy to
Yeah.
open them and leave them in the boosters, and then when he comes over, like I said, I got these here, mix them up, pick two. I'll do
Yep.
two. Let's go and let's play.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a quick, easy build, especially for my
Yeah.
friend who's still learning. But I think he's
And
coming
if
to
you have like
realization.
the full set, like it's not gonna you won't buy more stuff, right? Because you have everything. So you're gonna lose that stuff, right?
Yes, and I'm not
Mm.
gonna. Yes, I probably won't be I won't be buying anything off the shelf for a while because I don't need to. It tempts me, but I go no. I might as well hang and wait for the War of the Realms set to come out next year because I might as well save my money and use it for something valuable. But as we talk about Empire, so you've got some, I've got some. Are
Mhm.
there any figures in Empire that you think are valuable or worthwhile, or are just good? Will be good fun to play?
So I have learned, I think, like this weekend. We tried like a quick game after our like league game, like me and Terry. And you had the chance to kind of like watch a little bit of this game. Terry just put like three pieces together and said, okay, let's play. But and to see the potential, it was kind of like this demon in an armor. seems to be
Yes.
like pretty good, and like that will have like a space in the meta.
That's number 064. So it's one of the
Yes,
chasers, demon and armor, and in
064.
an armor.
So
Yep.
yep, it has like sidestep, TK, auto it, it's defend, invul, and reduce penetrating. So
Already
basically,
great.
like, sorry.
Already great. It's a flyer, 10 speed
Yes, in
sidestep.
armor,
Share it.
Latveria, and scientist, right?
So good keywords as well.
So yeah, you can put him on Latveria team, scientist team, like that are pretty strong nowadays. So you like make this one with that power that when a friendly character is within range, so you go to like, let's say, a close map like, you know King's Tomb or something like this, and you just need to be within range that is 6. So keep him in the back, and
This is
he, when friendly characters within range is attacked, the attacker cannot positively modify or replace their attack value. So they will be attacking you with the
printed value.
the value, and unless they are able to kind of like perplex you down, they will be using like that attack value. So
Yeah, so that's
what
his trait.
is pretty good, right? And it's a trait. Yes, that's correct.
That's a valuable trait to be able to make sure that your characters can't be attacked with really high attack values. Knowing that things like, I guess, watching lots of Sky Tyrant run up and punch people and go, well, I share a keyword with this one, so I get +1 to my attack. Well, doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. So that one was kind of like, yeah, so this one, and he combined that with Sentry, I think.
So he's 50 points, that demon in an armor, and yeah, I think that's a valuable 50 points that will find its way into high level play quite easily. And so yeah, he played Sentry.
Yeah, he tried the 150 just because like we didn't have much time to kind of like build a team, and like, but this Sentry ended up like going down a little bit too fast. So not sure if it's like the best combination, but Sentry kind of like it's not that bad. It's just like 150 is too much, and like the 50 point is just a little bit squishy. Like it's gonna die pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, he they're
two punches in, he's gone. Like no stop clicks or anything. So that one, yeah.
He only really got that reduced penetrating damage as one of his traits.
Yeah.
Like his Horseman of Death trait is fine,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to KO someone for that to happen.
Yes.
And so he's got charge, flurry, but it doesn't halve his speed. I know someone else has charge, flurry, doesn't halve his speed, but can also use a whole lot of other stuff to go with it. and then can fly away as well. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah, for when you compare him with like Sky Tyrant, like, yeah, okay, I can make like other Latveria stuff with, but incorporate the other guy, the demon in an armor. So that one. And probably Venom Eggs, of course, like it's gonna be on every single like Brotherhood team, Hellfire Club, Monster, Ruler.
yeah, so Venom Magneto, and you're probably just looking at the 35 points. He's got 2 targets, 8 range. He's got the Brotherhoods and
free TK, right? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Passenger 4.
He's got that traded energy shield deflection, passenger 4.
Yeah.
He's got telekinesis, and telekinesis is free. He has leadership as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only a 16 defense toughness, but you got to shoot him, and he can shoot from fairway away. He's got soup sensors. And if he's within 4 squares and on fire of an opposing character, he can't be targeted by range attacks. So So, look, he might not be on there for long, but he's not needing to be there for long. He needs to TK things to
Yeah.
people. He needs to throw people out. Just the
Yep.
sort of thing of going, well, he can TK someone up. You
And
can,
roll leadership and take a token off, like if it's a
yeah,
monster, right? So
yeah, yep.
within range,
So
so 8. Yeah.
you sort of think he's got what 6. So you TK someone up, someone else carries Magneto up, and then they TK him again because
Yep.
he can use his free one. Like, so you can get 12 squares
Yeah.
easily, probably, and then. So yeah, he'll be valuable, and I'm sure people will work out much better ways to use him than me. But carrying a group of people up, he will see lots of play, I think.
Yeah, those are the two guys that I can, and also the Ultron pin. I think that people that likes the thing with the with the mission points will probably try to build around him and some more Ultron stuff.
Yeah, which there you go. Oh, yeah, that's sort of certainly the mission point things interest me.
Not sure if it's still kind of like
It
able
still
to kind
sounds
of like
very hard.
win, like a big tournament. But if you're going like for fun stuff, oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
Okay, so let's look at him, Ultron Pym.
Yep.
He was also on one of my lists as well. And seeing as I managed to pull one, I was like excited to see how it goes. So he's 53B from the set. He's got Cosmic Energy Team Billy, so beautiful. There's
Yep,
not
that's
being
good. Yep.
outwitted. He's got Avengers, Robot, Ruler, and Scientist keyword.
Good
So
keywords as well.
all good keywords.
Yep.
He's at 80 points. Sorry, jumping around here. 80 points. So he's a reasonable investment into a team. But still, still okay. He's got 2 targets, 6 range. He's a flyer. He starts with stealth, and then after 3 clicks moves to sidestep. He's got poison his whole dial. He's got impervious his whole dial, and he's got probability his whole dial.
Yes.
Starting with a 10 speed, 12 attack, 18 defense, and 4 damage. So he's
And the fact that he has stealth makes people kind of like need to come to him. If you don't have like improved targeting, you have to come close, and then you're gonna get poisoned. Like.
And so and that's right. You got to come close, and then he's got his probs that he can use, and he can't be outwitted. So that's really good. He has his first trait, which is the Galactic Genocide and Name of the Avengers. So when an opposing character that is part of a theme team uses probability control after resolutions, do that character 1 unavoidable damage. That's excellent, seeing as the amount of theme team or the amount of prob that's been going around. People are taking theme teams, so you have your 3 probs and you watch them go bang, bang, bang. Using pretty quickly. So that's going to be unavoidable damage. Look, it will happen after resolutions, and so they'll probably might kill something still, but Sky Tyrant had to use it, and he can just take another one.
Yeah.
So it can be certainly. I think that's a valuable thing, especially if they come in with a. I watched how much Felix Force could impact the game with his being able to roll and stop people. So this is another thing that will make people think twice about their probability control.
Yep.
I'm going to jump to his other trait that he's got is Leadership Mastermind. And so I like that. So he can still mastermind off people when Ultron Pym uses leadership and succeeds. In addition to normal effect, generate an Ultron drone bystander. So he's not choosing to generate one, he just gets to generate one as well as take tokens off, which is excellent. He can generate his own mastermind fodder. So, what are you looking at there? Was it Doom's Castle? It's a nice one to sort of have for that then, because re-roll your leadership. And
also just going back a little bit, going back a little bit to the generate the 3 markers, right? This might mess a little bit with the starting area, right?
Yeah, so I was going to come to that because that one was a bit more complex, but you're fine. That's okay. I was thinking like he can mastermind. He's got leadership. He's creating his own drones. If you take that Doom's Castle map, you can re-roll your leadership. So
Okay, yeah.
get 2 shots at it. If you pop a power gem on him, he's a 13 attack for 6 damage, hiding in the stealth that you have to come to.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that was just, that was my first simple thinking.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to pay 80 points from me. He needs to be out there attacking as well, so you can do that. But he does have his second trait. I guess this we can rewrite the entire universe. So when Ultron Pym starts the game, the opponent generates 3 infinity markers in distinct squares in their starting area, and 3 infinity markers into any distinct squares on the map. Each infinity marker must be at least 3 squares from all others. Okay, so they've got to spread them out. So probably going to be close to their starting area, depending on the map, I guess. And they're going to have 3 in their starting area. And I would say you couldn't start on it as well. So you wouldn't be able to start on top of it.
I think you probably can, right? There's nothing saying that you cannot start, but...
So, okay, so there you go. So it's probably not going to mess too much, but it says power.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, because I was thinking if it would take up space,
that's true. Yeah, but
it doesn't take up
true.
space.
Yeah, true.
But it does have power. Remove an infinity marker from a square occupied by a friendly character with the Ultron in its name, and place it on this card. If you did it after resolution, gain 1 mission point for each infinity marker on this card. So that accumulates. First one.
So they will probably put all of them close to their starting area, right? So you can actually...
Yeah, so you're going to have to get there to do that.
Yes. True.
I think, though, the Ultron drone... I know it's called Ultron drone, but I think you just need to have Ultron in its name, did it say? A friendly character with Ultron in its name... So it can just be an Ultron drone that's on one, so you can send them off to do that as well.
Okay.
Okay, so you use your drone army. So it says power, remove an infinity marker from a square occupied by a friendly character with Ultron in its name. I don't know why I did air quotes here because no one can see me. And place it on this card. So if you did, after resolution, gave 1 mission point for each infinity marker on this card. So first one you get 1 point. Next one you'll get 2 points, so you'll be up to 3. Next one you get 3 points, so you'll be up to 6.
And there is no maximum for the drones, right?
No. You've just got to generate them by rolling leadership.
So you have to keep him alive, trying to generate drones that will kind of like need to cross the map.
That's right. So I'm not sure how feasible it is, but they're generating 6 of them, so that's the 6th triangle number, which is 21. So you can just do it with him. If you could pick up all 6 of them. So
who generates 6?
Sorry?
Who can generate 6?
So, because the opponent generates 3 infinity markers in distinct squares and starting. And
markers.
So there's 6 infinity markers on the map.
Oh, the infinity markers, yeah.
Right, and each time the score accumulates. So you get 1 point first time, 2 points second time. So that means you're up to 3 points overall. And there, so once you pick up the 6th one, you'll be on 15 points, and so. Picking up 6 one will give you 6 points to make.
Drones have 7 movement sidestep, so it's a 9.
Yeah, but look, and they have 3 damage.
3 damage, yeah, with colossal stamina.
Yeah. What? With just willpower. They haven't got colossal stamina, have they?
The Masters of Evil.
Oh, no, Masters of Evil isn't colossal stamina anymore.
Oh, no?
Masters of Evil it's what's it like? It's add 1, it's like PD for close.
Oh, is it?
So if you've got, Master of Evil is like PD for close, so if you've got multiple people next to a target, they can reduce their defense by 1.
Oh, they need to update on HC Helms, so.
Do they?
HC Helms also it still shows as colossal stamina.
Okay, so that's but yeah, so I think he'll be a fun piece to play.
Yep.
I'd certainly be interested in trying for that. I was trying to look at, well, what does it look like him and who else maybe for mission points? Can he go with someone else? That might be the way to go, but I'm not sure who that would be because
Yep.
I'm not sure if mission point people actually if they share a keyword. I actually haven't looked at that, but yeah. So he sounds really good. They're 3 good choices, Raf.
He
like
shared
those choices.
scientist, right? Is he scientist?
He is a scientist.
So
Uatu's a scientist.
you are too. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Interesting. So you have like more probes.
Yep. So you have lots of probs, and if they're trying to use prob, they just take it unavoidable.
Yes.
So so I think there is certainly something there for all 3 of those figures.
Yep.
Nice. I like all those ones that you've picked. I had a couple others that I think could be fun. Sometimes I like to have fun, Raf, with my teams. One is 026, which is Loki.
Okay.
And so he's 60 points. He's mystics. He's got some, he's got some keywords there. Asgardian's deity, mystical. For 60 points, he's got a 6 clicks, but he's got prob. So if you're playing a shield or something like that, he'll be good probably because of his prob. He's got 2 targets, and he's got a rally die, rally 2, which is and it's all attack rolls. So or attack rolls, their attack rolls, and so you can put 2s on there. And if you did, you can generate remove rally die to place Loki in any square within 2 squares. So you can just take a 2 off there and move him 2 squares away from maybe if he's being attacked, or if you did generate another Loki on click 9 in the square, he last occupied. So and so you can start popping out extra Lokis, I guess.
Yep.
Which they all bring. So they come in on click 9 with blades, and they can't earn rally.
Blades, senses, prob, and mystics as well. So
yeah, and so they and they don't. If they get taken out, they don't cost anything. So I know from mine, I saved all mine. I just held on to all of my Lokis, and so I've got 3, I think. So I'm looking forward to having some fun with that one day. So I think he's a fun piece. Blades, he's got a bit of poison in there, mind control. He's got a few different things happening. Yep. They're going to take damage if they hit him. So he was one that I enjoyed.
Yep.
The other one that there was actually more than this, but I would talk about the Wolverine, but I'll leave that Wolverine because I'm sure other people talk about him. And actually, I like the look of the Scarlet Witch, and I actually had a chance to play the Scarlet Witch. And so it's number 043. She's 50 points. She's got 6 range, 2 targets. She's Avengers and Mystics team ability, so she gets +1 to her movement for that. So she starts with phasing. She's got TK, which is always nice. So 18 defense with any shield deflection. So trying to shoot her, she's a 20. And she also has outwit probability control, which I can't complain about. She sees through hindering herself. So that's all valuable. She's Brotherhood, Avengers, X-Men, Mystical, so she's got keywords galore as well that could fit in. But she has Rally 1, and it's friendly attack rolls. So this sounds bad, but so when you roll a 1 on your dice, but you get this for friendly attack rolls. So, and then it says when an opposing character within range and line of fire makes an attack, you may remove Scarlet Witch's Rally die and replace a die in that attack roll with it. So you get to put a 1 in their attack roll.
Yes.
If you've rolled 1, so if I've rolled 1 on my dice, guess what? They're going to be rolling a 1 on one of their dice as well at some stage.
Yep.
And I like that. So, it may not come to fruition, but it also makes it, if she gets 1 on there, it makes it really hard to hit her. If she is sitting in hindering and you're trying to shoot her, she's a 21. And she gets to put a 1 in your dice, so the highest you can make is a 7. Like, yeah. So, and I play, so I think we have a few of the things in here, like I could talk about Chaka too as well, and his eye replacement thing that he has, which is pretty cool as well. Demon in armor. It's gonna make some really tough decisions, I think, going
Yeah.
forward.
And
with the
I think
way-
another one that worth like mention is the Captain America with this like Avengers assemble that you can swap Avengers. So this has potential, I think. Not that Captain America it's like himself will see play, but he will start on teams to make like Avengers stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think you might find so that we can even replace up to 4 characters of up to 4 other friendly standard characters with the same number of. So I think Captain America has to stay on the field.
Oh, at the beginning of the game, you may replace up to 4 other friendly. Like you mean other? He needs to stay.
It's there, so because I think the other one. I think the other ones say 4 friendly characters. So this is something because I was looking at that going.
Because this one says 4 other, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so it sucks because you probably have to play him at, let's say 40, just so he can stay.
Yeah. So I looked at what I've got Magneto here. At the beginning game, you replace up to 5 friendly characters, and his says other friendly characters, so he has to stay. So I still think like if you pull him in sealed, you just play him at 100 because he is he's a beast at 100. His dial is like
He's
long.
Even 75 is still long, right?
Yeah. So you play him at 40 points, but you get 5 clicks. Like that's still even that 5 clicks at 40 points.
Yeah.
He's just for swappy and like.
Yeah. If it's just swap, it's like
If I'm gonna go,
I don't know.
Like it does have trade leadership, so that's always valuable. Someone could carry him
No,
around.
but it's just too random. Like if you look at his dial at 100, it's just so random, you know. Like
So if you're doing the swap thing, you're going to be playing him at 40. Like you just wouldn't put that much into him, and so at 40 points, he's got running shot, he's got enhancement, so he can be carried around by someone who's shooting to enhance them and have leadership take tokens off.
Yeah.
So it'd be a deep dive into Avengers and see if it's actually worthwhile being able to do that Avengers swap in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, might be something with like Black Widow, Marvel, Captain Marvel, that stuff probably.
Yeah, that's right. And that you'd have to start looking at that, and then you start going, oh, there's some very high pieces going there.
Yep.
Do you have some low ones? So yeah, I don't. He's certainly not as valuable as Professor X and Magneto.
Yeah, no. Not that I can see, but people just create some crazy stuff, so who knows, right?
Yeah, that's right. So it's a fair set. I think there's probably 5 or 6 impact, or three or 4 impacting pieces on the modern. I reckon that'll occur. The Beast is actually really interesting as well. The Venom Rogue, which we haven't spoken about, if they don't, I wonder if she'll get an errata because she can copy special powers. Because she can, it's not just standard powers; she can copy powers. So
yeah, that one is kind of like weird, right? So people can kind of. Which one is the Venom? Venom what? Sorry.
Venom Rogue, which is number 61.
Venom Rogue, yeah, that's that's gonna be kind of like nasty if like she can copy powers, so people will make some weird stuff, I think.
It says free choose a displayed power that an adjacent character or a character with absorption token can use. And so standing next to Sky Tyrant, I guess, and copy his special. And so you can do things like that. I'm going back to Sky Tyrant again. I know you like playing him, so give you more options. And yeah, or maybe copy a retaliation power. So she might. So I'll be interested to see if they change that. Choose a displayed standard power.
Because let's say you copy retaliation right from Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's just like because she's X-Men, right? So just put her with like Dark Phoenix and retaliate, right?
copy from.
Or then copy
these
other
that-
stuff like from X-Men. So it's just crazy.
Which is a monster as well. So there you go. So you got monsters as well. She's got Brotherhood. So again, 75 points though is pretty rich, but you'd make her that big attacker. She's got a 12 attack, 4 damage, exploit. Yeah, she can.
Yeah,
do
but
some
for example,
damage.
if you can copy any power, you just copy. Oh my god, it's for example.
Yeah, so there's lots to go through.
Yeah, you go and copy, let's say Jubilee, running shot, giant symbol, and then you all of a sudden you become giant. You have like protected, outwit, pulse wave, running shot, fly, or you copy the Jubilee like modify range +3, pain psych, free, remove all debris token markers and etc. So you can even copy Molecule Man, for example, all this kind of crazy stuff you can copy.
You could copy from Giganta her Quake.
Yeah.
When Giganta uses it targeting 2+ characters, she deals penetrating damage.
Yes.
Right. So she could copy that and be doing 4 damage.
Yes.
You have to chuck her up there. But
yeah,
so
because you're copying and it says like it does the printed damage, right? So it's 4 with exploit, right? Because it's gonna be like Venom Rogue printed damage.
bringing Quake, so
yeah,
get her in the middle of everyone. She's doing 4 damage. She deals her printed damage value to each hit character.
I think they will change this, of course.
I'd be interested to see if they do. Then
but it's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like for 75 points, you're playing like a high cost, but like for a super good character. So if they leave like this, it's gonna be pretty interesting, I think.
It gives a lot more movement on that understanding of what maybe the high competitive play is, because she could be valuable. And
in the defense, like if you are defending, you copy someone that can reduce penetrating, for example. Yeah. Right, if you have one, and then if you are attacking, you just like copy attack powers. It's gonna be like interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so could copy Darkseid. His defense when he's got it. Anyway, sorry, that's way too many points. Yeah. So I think actually, looking over this Empyre set and having it for a couple of weeks to mull over, to actually look at the pieces, they look really nice as well. All the ones I've got, I've had a couple misprints, so I had one rogue that came with a Wolverine base. The dial was still rogue, but the Wolverine had Wolverine on the base. And probably the one that I thought was worse was the at our last event we had the manager goes, I've got something special for your prize, and I was like, okay, whatever it is, we're always happy. And he brought out the play at home kit, the Wolverine and the map. So the Wolverine number 100 in the map. And so I didn't play because I was just judging, but Max had a Shi'ar team, and he played Kid Gladiator and said he actually really enjoyed it. He won, so he got that, and I was like, cool, excellent. And I was looking at the Wolverine, and the dial is a Dazzler. So the dial is actually Wolverine's, but the base actually says Dazzler on it. I was like, really?
Oh my god!
This is the number 100. What can you do? But the dial's still fine. So, but quality control a little bit, maybe. But that's okay. So I like the set. I don't know if you like it or not.
Yep.
So how are we going? Want to keep going
in terms of like time? Yeah, that's. I think we can wrap up with like go with Malcolm stuff probably.
A couple questions.
Yep.
So Malcolm Rush, one of our listeners, has sent in a couple of questions. Thanks, Malcolm. Always appreciate your questions that you send in, and sometimes I'm shortening them a little bit to support us, but always happy to have those questions. So this week, Malcolm's questions are, where are we hiding here? I think I've lost them. Raph, have you got the first one?
Yes. Let me
got
Go
my answer
to
to it.
my
Here we go. I've got it here.
Oh, did you got
Okay.
it? Yep. Okay.
So questions. These are questions for 2022. So as we move forward into next year, hopefully a better one for everyone, I guess. Malcolm's got some questions about next year and what we're looking for next year. And so the first one was, which set that WizKids has announced so far are you looking forward to in 2022 and why? So which set are you looking forward to next year out of the ones that they have announced so far?
The Disney one, I think. Because like the Eternals, I saw some spoils and I just thought that the pieces are like the figures are cool, but like the points are too much. So I'm not like too excited about that.
So not excited about Eternal set?
Yeah, no.
Like look at that Unimind.
No, yeah, but it's too many points. I don't think like he's playable actually, because like if you realize like I think they kind of like regret about doing like so many powerful figures with like 35 to 40 points, and now they put like everything like 100 plus.
Yeah, and it feels like it was set done before change. So that was my thinking
Okay.
about. I look at them, I
Okay.
go, it feels like it maybe should have been
Might be.
before Wonder Woman. Probably should have come
Might
out. Anyway,
be. Might be. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, not excited about that one, but excited about the Disney one.
Disney Plus, cool. Okay.
Yes.
For myself, I know. Well, so far they've announced that they'll have what War of the Realms is due in February, I think, and in March is the Disney Plus set. That's what I saw on the solicit. So as I was looking earlier on today, I actually did some homework today for this, and yeah. So while I like the idea of the War of the Realms, I am looking forward to Disney Plus stuff.
Yes.
It's good to have some of the MCU in our heroclix
Yes.
as well.
Mhm.
And well, I'm more of I do like my comics and try to keep things pretty straight, but I think they'll have some really good pieces in that, and I guess that leads us into our second question. So yeah, I've enjoyed what I've seen of the Disney Plus stuff. And that's probably why I'm looking forward to that one most. I'm not the biggest Thor fan in the world, but I'm interested for the War of the Realms because they said we're going to get some more mission point characters. So, and I always like the idea of mission point characters. So our second question, the second question though, Raf, is which characters are you hoping for to be in that Disney Plus set? I know we've seen some figures already from that set, but is there anything in particular you're looking for in the Disney Plus? Thinking that they'll come from things
I mean,
like
it's things that will come or things that I really wanted. Like,
well, we know that they're going to have like, things from Scarlet Witch and Vision, Captain America, and
yeah.
Winter Soldier, Loki, and
I think that WandaVision stuff might be fun, right? At least different, because it's gonna be different from like stuff that we have, right?
yeah, well, you think it might be some shifting focus, kind of maybe,
Yeah.
because and we know that there's going to be some different Lokis, and I know people are excited that there was going to be the crocodile Loki, and there's a few of those different versions of that.
But I mean, what I really wanted was like Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, and this stuff. That's what I wanted.
Maybe one day we'll get like.
Can you imagine how fun it is? Like to have like actual like Disney stuff. Like I'm gonna attack you with this Mickey Mouse doing penetrating damage.
Feels like it could get closer to Star Wars because they have Star Wars as well.
Okay. Yep.
And heroclix would be nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess the Disney Plus set, I'm really looking forward to the What If figures. I did enjoy the What If series. I've been a What If, I guess, fan for a long time of reading the comic books and things like that. And so, yeah, really looking forward to that. And they've shown figures like Captain Carter and the Ultron and what else did I have? The Hydra Stomper. I need to have a Hydra Stomp in my life, so that'll be one thing I'll be certainly chasing. But I hope that they do a zombie Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
I watched that part the other day, and she was like, when she comes onto the scene and just goes after Ultron, that was really cool. So, oops, I shouldn't say too much, just in case people haven't seen it.
Do you think there will be more Thanos?
So I don't think so.
Okay.
There might be. I guess there was a Thanos. Depends on how many figures they dedicate to each of the series. I think, because I'd really like a T'Challa, Star-Lord. I can't remember what his name is. Black Panther Star-Lord, because I can sort of almost see what one of his specials would be, the sticky fingers and being able to take equipment away from people who he attacks and things like that. So I think it'd be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they just do some justice to it. I look forward to seeing some previews, which probably won't be for a while, because we should get some War of the Realm previews soon.
They could make like a good guy Thanos, I think.
Yeah, definitely. You could certainly have that good guy Thanos as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They have lots of scope for figures out of the What If series, I reckon. Let alone from across all three. Like you assume there'd be a Falcon and a Captain America, I guess. John Walker. You're gonna have different Loki versions. So it'd be interesting to see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
So so that was our two. We'll do those two today, and then we can come back to the other ones, because I think the other ones about which we hope for sets next year, you might want to have a bit of a think about.
Yeah, I need to think about this one. I don't have anything in my mind yet.
And that's fair.
But I can think for the next episode for sure.
Yeah. I struggled for Marvel, what I really wanted from Marvel. We've had lots of Fantastic Four and X-Men.
It was a lot, right?
Yeah, so we've had X-Men, Fantastic Four, X-Men. It feels like do we go back to a Spider-Verse, or is it Avengers? Because is this set an Avengers set? It's Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four. It's got everything in it. So maybe it
might need some kind of like something like the Elders of the Universe stuff. Time to go back, for that stuff probably.
Let's go back to a space theme,
like
a Guardians of the Galaxy type.
Guardians of Galaxy, yeah, of course, like that.
Anyway, but we can save that, so that'll give you something to think about.
Yes.
What you might like to see, what you might want to see in that.
Yes.
Sort of figures. We can talk about next time. So thanks, Malcolm, for those couple of questions, and we look forward to getting back to that on our next episode. But yeah, other than that, Raph, I think that's cool to wrap. That's been a great discussion tonight. I've really enjoyed it.
Do you think that Chris will think this was like random episode? Or
I think we actually had a bit of structure to this one.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was really good.
But yes, hopefully Chris is doing well and recovering, obviously, from an accident that he had. So, and we look forward to having him back on. And it was good to see that he's thrown his hat in the ring for our season 10 of the Virtual League 2, getting back into it. So look forward to maybe crossing his path in that battle. Okay, well, I've got nothing more for tonight, so I might finish
that's
off.
it for me. That's it for me as well.
So thanks for listening. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, you can find us there on Clix on the Barbie, or Twitter is at Barbie Clix. Obviously, you're listening to us on YouTube, so you can always like and subscribe there if you want. And so as we bring another episode to a close and turn off the Barbie, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the show. Have a great week, and remember, even a poor plan is better than no plan at all. Thanks for listening.
And thank you very much. Keep our 6 and 8s.